My guest this week is a phenomenal personal stylist for designing the business, Silvia Sevillano. She just got nominated for the New Jersey MODA Week, which is the Spanish Fashion Week in New Jersey, as Stylist of the Year. She has her own boutique and she works with Macy's as a personal stylist. She's fantastic, phenomenal. We have similar visions and creative ideas and designs. This is going to be a fabulous interview. Stick around as I have Silviano joining me today.
Why did you start your business, Silvia?
So back in 2017, I had already finished college back in 2010. I finished with my bachelor's degree in nursing. I was just working. One of the things that I love to do, I always kind of caught myself doing, is being around a lot of my friends. My friends will always ask me, where did I get a certain item that it was a purse or what I was wearing. I always sent these people out. I, at one point, had a moment where I was like, why am I sending everyone out? I would love to bring everyone in one place. And at that time, also, I feel like I needed a creative outlet. So I started Roman Style Boutique to bring everyone to one place, to have that moment with them and give them what they were looking for in one location. So that's how I started Roman Style Boutique.
Well, you look fabulous.
Oh,
Look at
thank
your
you.
great outfit, of
Thank you.
course,
Thank
So what was the impact that you wanted to leave when you started your business?
that everyone could feel confident in in themselves. And if that means wearing a special shirt or a special outfit, it does something to someone. How they come to a room, how they present themselves, how they just present themselves to the world. I think it's important that people take note of what a certain shirt does to them. It's very important also to present yourself a certain way if you want to be, taken seriously or not. Your wardrobe does do something. It speaks before you speak.
So it doesn't have to just be a special event. Like you sound like you're talking every day.
Yeah, definitely. I listen, for me, even when I get home, after being in a whole wardrobe that I was set out in the morning, being with it for about 8 hours, coming back home, taking it off and putting something comfortable does something to me as well. So when I wake up in the morning and I want to go, if I have something, a full jam-packed of a day, I need to look up to par. How do I want to deliver my message? I want to make sure that my wardrobe does that for me before I even speak. So it does. It's important to create a certain outfit that represents what you're trying to portray on the world that day, whatever your goal is. And also when you come back home, when you want to get comfortable, take out that favorite t-shirt or that favorite pair of sweats. It gives you that cozy vibes. That's what they're meant for. Because when you come from such a full day of so many things you're put yourself into, you want to come home and decompress. And that is what that special shirt does for you, or that special, sweatpants does. Or
Absolutely.
those cozy flip-flops that you love to put in every time you
Right.
come in after taking your shoes off. So I think they just do something to your personality and how you want to just feel in the moment.
Do you have a favorite client story?
Oh my God, I have so many. I think for me, one of that always pops into my head is there was this lady that works for Costco, and she came into Macy's. I've been with Macy's for a year now, and she was looking, it was during the holidays last year, and she was looking for a special dress or jumpsuit, just for this holiday party that she was invited to as a worker, and she didn't know how to go about it. So I met her for the first time, and as I kept on getting to know her with all these questions, she wanted to wear something with sleeves. She said she had some condition that she didn't want to basically show, and she was self-conscious about it, so she wanted a jumpsuit with sleeves. So with that being said, I gave her a couple of options, but I also wanted to make sure that the material that I gave her in these jumpsuits or in the dresses were just right for her skin, not harsh on her skin, made her feel empowered and beautiful. So then I pulled out a Donna Karan, a jumpsuit that I knew was going to look fantastic in her. I know they didn't have sleeves, but I was like, just be open-minded. Try it on, and if you love it, great. If you don't, we can always go back on the floor and find other options. And when she went into this fitting room and she came out with this jumpsuit, she started to cry. She came out, and then one thing I have to say, working with my clients, I've learned one thing. When I know they love something, they come running out of the fitting room. It's like, oh my God, look. So she came out and she was like, she started to cry. She said, I can't believe it, but I love the way I look. I love how I feel. Even though it doesn't have sleeves, I don't care. I even forget that I had this here for a moment. I want this jumpsuit. And I said, this is what I'm meant to do, to help you seek that one piece that makes you feel beautiful, no matter what your
Right.
imperfections are. And who cares? As long as you feel great in it, that's the whole purpose.
Yeah.
And why are we hiding? Like, let it just be out there, and let's just wear it such in a beautiful way. So when she got emotional, I got emotional, and it's like I knew my purpose was to be right in this moment to help her out and to make her feel special, and that's exactly what I did.
That's a great story. Wow.
I love that story.
And it makes me think that, I love clothes and I like wearing lots of color. Your story is making me think that there's so much more to the personal styling. It's not just, okay, looking good as, it's the same as interior design is looking good, but the room the space looking good, but there's so many other aspects. Like you touched on the feel of the material and making sure that it was comfortable based on what the client needs are. You took me to a totally different level there.
I just think that a lot of the people that I encounter, they come into Macy's or they come into my own personal clients. I always say, just have an open mind. Trust me.
Right.
Just let's play dress up. Don't take anything that we're doing too seriously. And you'll be surprised on what gravitates to you and what makes you happy. So just have that open mind. It does a lot. Breaks down all those barriers.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the biggest mistake you see your clients making?
Coming with a very closed-minded, perception. Like they come in, no, I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't like this. And I'm like that. Then I'm like, okay, why are we here? Why are we talking?
So they have preconceived notions of exactly what they need and want without but not knowing. Really.
Right.
Knowing what's available.
Well, not also wanting the advice. I think a lot of people, so when this is more, I kind of encounter this more when I'm in Macy's versus when I have my own clients, because I go to hold a consultation over the phone or in face-to-face, and I kind of do the step-by-step. In Macy's, it's a little different process. Sometimes I'm grabbing people right from the sales floor, and you just don't know, and people are looking and seeking for advice, but are they really? Like, are you in that space? They want, but they don't want. And so then when I do encounter the situation, it's challenging, yet, but I don't scare away from it. I don't not do the task. I help them, but then throughout the time, I also kind of coach them, like, okay, if we're going to do this, let's do this with this open mind, and let's just have fun. And if it doesn't fit, okay, who cares? We'll try on something else.
Right.
It's not the end of the world. And if today doesn't work, come back tomorrow or whenever you're ready, because it could be exhausting for people who don't do this on the regular. That's why they basically hire me to get them there or to find something that works.
So this is interesting, this Macy's versus your private clients. Is it because they're coming in not expecting the personal stylist to like give them ideas where, like, I think in myself, I'm thinking, okay, I need this dress. I want this. I know what's going to look good on me. I only have an hour. So I'm going to hone in on red dresses because I love red. Red dresses that like have an empire waist. I don't know, long skirt. I want long dress, blah, blah, blah. So then when someone like you does approach, it's like, wait, no, I already know what I want because I've already spent time doing this. Do you think that could be a possibility?
I think there's a lot of components that come to play with that. I am working alongside Macy's to make sure that our clients or our customers are coming into our stores, our doors are aware that my service is available to them at free of cost. Like there's no charge.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that service exists quite yet, but my job is to make sure. That's why I'm on the floor a lot of times when I'm at work. I don't stay in my office because there's no point to that. I need to be out on the floors. I think one of the things also is that, one, they're not aware of it. Two, they don't know that it's free, right? It's out of cost. It's not sure. Nothing's coming out of them or being charged. I would say also is the fact that they do come with, okay, I want this, that, a whole list. Yet their budget also is not as flexible. Or if they're going in with, I just want this at a certain price, or I have this, I saw this on the internet, I want something like this. It's just, we're like narrowing our choices right at the door. And it's like, how about we just go in and see what they have and just see what it is. I mean, if it works, it does it. And it may come up with something totally different, but it made you feel great. I think it's people with their already mindsets with what I want and how much I want to spend, and that's it. And it kind of limits you. It's not, I'm not saying it's not bad to have those mindsets ready. I just think that you also have to be open-minded in a sense where you just never know what it may be when you walk out of that store. You may buy something totally different than but you love the dress.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of going in, not facing as a challenge, more of like, let's see what this experience gives me, and be open to the possibilities.
Right. So what is the biggest misconception people have about your business?
I think for me, I think what I would say is like more of a luxury, that they think that you have to be rich to have me as a
Right.
stylist. I think it's more about priorities. I think that if you want to hire a stylist, you want to improve your style, it's not going to break the bank. I think you need to make sure that when you are hiring either myself or any stylist, that you're, making the arrangements for that contract, for that type of
Right.
interaction. But it's not just for the rich. I think it's for everyone. If
Right.
it's important to you, make space for it.
Right. You're already spending money on clothes. You're going to buy clothes no matter what, right?
People are already spending, and
Thousands. Right.
they're spending in all the wrong ways. People are not
Right.
buying with intention. I think it breaks my heart every single chance I see someone buying 3 pairs of dresses. I'm like, are you in love with it? They're like, no. Then I'm like, why are you buying them?
Yeah.
Why are we wasting our time? Why are you here? Like,
Yeah.
let's go back on that. And they're like, well, I
My
can't
goodness.
find it. I just want to come out, like, go back home with something in my hand. I'm like, well, then we're doing it all wrong.
Right.
I'm like, hold on. I exist. Let me
Right.
help you.
Huh. That's so funny because, when people hire me to like create beauty and functionality in their homes, I often see it's the same thing. They are wanting to create this beauty and function, but they're doing it without a vision, without a target
Right.
or a specific goal. And so, they're lost, and they're like, often people will come to me after I bought this sofa and it doesn't fit, and then I can't return it. I
Mhm.
did buy the chairs, but I can return those. And like, now I'm completely lost.
Very
And
complex.
it's,
Very complex when it doesn't have to be.
right. And I see this, like, am I wrong? Am I seeing this same thing in your business?
Yes, I think, like I said, sometimes I don't know about my service being accessible to them,
Right.
and that it's something that they can actually attain instead of doing all the messy work in the beginning.
Right.
Start from somewhere clean where someone can help you and direct you, and then the end result will be you may spend a few more $100s, but it's so worth it.
Right. Absolutely.
I mean, you'll get more,
Time.
right? You get more buffer.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you just save time. You just save the angst of
The
like going through it,
energy.
the energy, and like you buy it, you return it,
The
you buy.
stress.
Yeah. Because I know people who buy things only if is a return policy, right? Because there's some places that don't have return policies.
Which I get too, but I also
But,
think that
but they buy it, they return it. They buy, well, I can always return it if it doesn't work, right? However, I've also seen that they have like multiple items in their closet. Well, I missed the return window on that. Oh, I didn't get a chance to return it. And, well, are you not wearing it? Like,
What?
no, well, they're not wearing it. So
your whole purpose of buying it was
Right.
so not aligned to what you were
What
going for, that
right.
you're missing the market, you're wasting your money, and it's just hanging on in your closet for no reason. Now it's like you're kind of losing out
Yeah.
in this whole transaction, when in reality you could have started from such a clean slate and getting more money,
Yeah, more bang for your buck.
more bang for your buck.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's very similar with my clients too, just in a different, I'm like, oh, if we could just have started sooner. Now I'm trying to, it's a little more permanent when you make changes in your home, because they're like, well, we've already put the sink and stuff in. I'm like,
One thing I feel like I've just drawn this negative feeling to is the whole word of return. What's the return policy? Can I return it? And I'm like, well, why is return a word in your vocabulary now? Like, why is that even a choice? Why?
Right.
If you love something, stop looking.
Right.
We're always wanting more. Like, I don't know if it's the culture or we want to have more choices. And this can be this is a topic that goes, throughout our whole lifestyle, even with dating, whatever the case may be. We want choices.
Yeah.
We want choice. And I'm like, well, why do we want
Sure.
choices? Do we think the grass is going to be greener on the other side?
Right.
How come you can't just enjoy the grass you have right in front of you?
Right.
It's all about perception. And
Mhm.
people are not perceiving the situation the right way. They're not going about their life the right way. They want options. They want return to be an option. And when I hear that word, I'm like, okay, I didn't finish my job here.
Right.
We need to go back to the drawing board. Like,
Right.
why are we not in love? When you're in love, you don't need to worry about the return policy.
Right.
No such thing. And plus, if you want to return, you're wasting your time. Don't buy it.
Yeah. All that time
Don't
you spent
commit.
finding, now you're returning, you got to go find something else. Yeah. Well, return doesn't happen very often in my business because it takes a lot.
Of course, no, it's a
but I
different
can,
level of things.
but still, it's such a waste of time. And honestly, what is luxury? What is luxury? To me, luxury is having the time to do the things you want. So, by hiring somebody like yourself or myself, it gives you back that time and you get to, step up your, I don't want to say game, but like your ability to, of those things that you appreciate in your life. So,
How about luxury being just kind of loving what you have? Loving, like cherishing what you have already in front of you. Like
right,
if you have this one dress that you haven't worn in your closet, but it has a tag on it and it looks great, love it.
right.
Why are you going to go back out to find something else
Oh,
to challenge your perception of how you love it from the first time? You loved it. If it's great, go for it.
yeah.
I don't know if it's just us humans wanting to complex our lives, but I feel like we don't have time for anything, but we have time for that, which I just don't
Right.
understand.
I mean, I know the things that I like to put my time into. Shopping is not one of them. Like, I shop for my clients for their homes. I love doing that. But in my free time, like, I got other things I
No,
like
of
to
course,
do.
there's so many other things on my list that I'd rather be doing, but
What keeps you inspired to continue?
so someone had told me not too long ago, they like your job gives you that fast like satisfaction that you get that fast response from your clients. And I think, when they had put that in perspective for me, I'm like, you're right. I don't have to wait for an instant gratification from my clients. I get it right there and then. Their emotions are just bursting out when they love something or when they
Yeah.
don't. They're like, "Silvia, I don't think this
Right.
fits right. Let's do something else." I think that every time I either find myself with a client that feels like they own the world, that they're like, "Oh my God, Sylvia, you saved me from so much," or "You made my day." Those words, or even an emotional response where they're crying or they're giving me a hug or they're like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to send you my pictures," or that, it's what keeps me motivated. That knowing that I help people feel so much better about themselves, even my own family, like when I get my dad into a nice tux or my mom in a nice dress and she's feeling like she's $1 million. I mean, this does something to me. And I'm like, it's realigning to me. Like, this is why what I do. This is why I was brought here to help people feel great. They don't have to wait to lose 10 pounds. They don't have to wait until this or that. They're beautiful. You just have to know how to dress yourself up and
Yeah.
love what you own and go for it. Just stand on your 2 feet and say, this is who I am, and be
Right.
proud of it.
There's this saying I use, which is, it's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. Because sometimes I wear crazy things and I'm like,
You look beautiful in everything you wear. What are you saying?
seriously, sometimes I'm always like, what are you wearing, Risha? But I just like, it makes me feel good. And I'm like, well, it's not what I wear, it's how I wear it. I feel good. I feel like I'm, big and I like my energy is big. And that's like, whether it looks good or bad, it doesn't really matter because actually it looks good simply because of the way I feel in it.
Right. And I
Right.
always tell my boyfriend, this is a moneymaker right here.
Mm.
It's not the way I look. It's because when I smile, it
Right.
just radiates from here and every part of my body, but it stems from here.
Yeah.
So I think that once we wear that smile, once we feel confident, it just comes out.
Right.
You can wear the most ugliest outfit, but if you look amazing in
Right.
this area here,
Right.
forget about it. We're good.
Right. So to me, part of the fashion thing too is, I'm really getting into this conversation, but part of the fashion thing is that if you're not feeling like you can project that energy, those good positive feelings, having the clothes that can start to support that and make you feel that is it's a great support system. I feel that in when I design homes and I have homes that are really represent my client, part of the beauty of that is that when they've had a tough day and they're like exhausted, they've been beaten up, they come back to their house. Well, the house then reminds them of the abundance that they created, of this energy. It reminds them who they are, why they're working, and they feel good in it. So despite the fact that even they feel like crap and they've been beaten up, they get an opportunity to come back and be rejuvenated. And clothes can do that for you too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's a matter of, you know, this is what I do with my services. That's why I offer from closet edits to shop within your closet to even shopping out. Once you're done shopping your closet, seeing what you need and shopping outside for those basic things that you think they're going to give you that love. I think it's good to clean out your space.
Yeah.
So through our lives, we bring things in,
Yeah.
not knowing that we're bringing them in, and it does something to our space. We're like, but if we're not utilizing it, let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of it and let's bring things now. Because, as we get older, we move along through our lives, different things brings us joy. And we need to recognize that and be okay with it and let go of what it was and bring in the new.
Yeah. And you got to make space for the new. You can't
Absolutely.
just keep accumulating.
No.
It's almost like flushing out. You got to get rid of those ideas.
Unless
Bring
you
new
have like
ideas.
a whole, unless you're like an interior designer like
Well, even
yourself,
interior
and you
design,
have like a
yeah.
garage full of potential items that you can store in someone's off, like
Right.
space, but there's some good antiques or whatever
Right.
the case may be, and you have space to hold those things.
Sure.
Great, but you're going to put it in a way where you can see them and not forget them.
Right.
You're gonna go back in that space maybe once
You
or
have to
twice a
see it.
week
Yeah.
and see it out of sight, out of
Right.
mind.
You do. And, like maybe with clothes, it's a little easier to move around, but with items, people think, oh, I'll refresh it in the spring and I'll do this in the summer. People don't do that. Their lives are busy. So
Yeah.
there has to be the kind of like the home that works throughout the year. And maybe they're pulling out throw blankets or maybe some extra pillows, but they're not
Redoing.
doing
Yeah.
like they're going to have their winter linens and their summer linens and their window treatments. No one has to. I mean, I'm sure with clothing, it's a little easier because they're smaller items, but at the same token, like
You would think they're smaller.
Right.
I
Well,
mean, it becomes very heavy. Coats are heavy. Things
yes.
are very heavy. Sometimes that's why people don't want to do it. They have a bunch of clothes jammed packed. They're like, oh my God, I have to get rid of all this stuff. And you put it in a bag. It comes a heavy bag when you start getting rid of all this.
It's true.
And I've
Yeah.
seen it for myself. I've seen it with my clients when I'm done with a closet edit and I
Yeah.
start donating, because I donate a lot of my clothes to Dress for Success.
Okay, yeah.
I have a dear friend, Amy. She holds a very high position there that I like to support her. I always
Sure.
wanted to support Dress for Success even before meeting
Right.
her. So I donate to them, which does a lot for our women who are trying to get in back.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
carrying these bags are no joke.
Yes.
It builds a muscle for sure.
Oh my goodness. What do you think needs to be improved in your industry?
So one thing I'm sure that we all know, the quality of clothes has definitely,
Oh, degraded. Yeah.
for sure. I
Mhm.
also
That's
think
funny.
that
Yeah.
I like to concentrate on things that I have some control over versus the things I really don't have control over. I've also seen an influx of things. People are making more of the same dress, more of the inventory becoming so much. And I think we need to downsize because it's becoming so overwhelming for a lot of people. People walk into stores and like, oh my God, this is a lot of clothes. People don't want to shop to begin with, or don't like to shop,
Right.
or don't know how to go about it. It becomes
Right.
overwhelming.
Oh,
Having so much
yes.
options, and it becomes crowded. It's not a clear vision of what we're having on the floors or whatever the case may be, or any store, or even your closet. If you're
Right.
cluttered, if you have a closet, you're not going to see what you have, and then
Yeah.
you can't put things together.
Yeah.
So making less clothing of the same dress. I also think one thing that I do have control over, because those are things I can't really control as much. It's
Right.
more about what I can do. And if I can speak to my clients before they come to me and prep them, and please come with an open mind. This is not end all be all. This is just to kind of understand who we are at this moment of time for
Right.
you, and how you want to feel, how you want to be seen and portrayed. And this is not something that's going to break you if you don't find anything.
Right.
We'll go back to the drawing board at one point, and there's going to be new inventory, and we're going to find something for you. So if I can change anything, it's more my clients. I'm kind of prepping them to have, or my prospective clients, whoever they could be, come in with an open mind. This is a work in progress situation. And having them just feel light with the whole topic of, oh my God, I'm going to find something to wear. It's not as challenging and also daunting. That, and also making sure our customers and my clients buy things with intention. You work
Right.
so hard. We go to work every day of our
Yeah.
lives to
Mhm.
get that, to be able to pay our bills, to be able to afford things we want. How about we start also buying things with intention? So important.
Right.
If you don't love a dress, if you don't love a top, if you don't love a pair of jeans or a pair of shoes, don't buy them. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're wasting your time. And you're only probably going to wear it once. And then what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Man, there's so many similarities in our industry, actually, and the things that we encounter, and just in a different
Scheme.
right,
Like a different,
parameters,
I
but
agree.
there's so many ideas and thoughts that you're sharing that I can relate into
Yeah,
interior
for sure. I'm sure
design,
you could.
really. So it's like a business thing. It's not really industry specific thing
It's more like
because
therapy.
yeah,
I think people don't realize, they think is what we do is probably, it's not necessary. But in reality, for me, what I do is very necessary.
It is,
For a lot of
absolutely.
people, I do therapy. My
Absolutely.
fitting rooms
Yeah.
are therapy sessions.
I believe it.
People come out there feeling $100 bill. Like they
Mm-hmm.
feel amazing. And then some people are just like, wait, I'm not ready for this. Hold on.
Wow.
I'll come back when I'm ready. This is a lot for me. Or they start kind of unpeeling. Like, I just had a baby. I'm not really like the way I'm looking right now,
Right.
but I'm going to be losing a couple of pounds. And I'm like, but why
What
are
are you
we,
going to do now?
but why are we waiting?
Yeah.
Like I had those special talks
Right.
with them, and you really had to you have to really evaluate your client, your customer, how they're coming, kind of sense what's going on. Having those, ask those certain questions where you start taking some information out of them.
Right. Getting deep.
Yeah, and then kind of they put their guard down, and they're like, okay, well, it's I just had this, or I just
Right.
went through that, and my mom went through this, and have a lot on my plate now. And it's like, okay, hold on. So what are you doing? Like, what do you do? What did you used to do before? And then how they
Right.
talk about their life before. You start really evaluating. It's about evaluating your client, really get to know them,
Yeah.
and then see where they're probably in what areas they're depleting, and pour love into it. And
Right.
remind them that you're here for a reason. You and I had this encounter for a reason.
Well,
I was put here for a purpose. This is not just a random conversation you're having with a random person. I don't
no.
believe in that. I believe in God. I believe that I have a purpose on this earth, and the conversations that even this here,
Right.
it was destined. It was written. I'm here for a reason, to share space with you,
Yeah.
to speak with your followers, people who watches your channel, and
Right.
speak something into them, and know
Yeah.
that our lives are meant to be lived beautifully. We just have to know how to live them.
I agree. I mean, it's like very moving, your words, Sylvie. Yeah, I love it.
Thank
And
you.
like I just hear so much of what I do in what you're saying too.
It's
Yeah,
more
it's
than
moving.
that. It's more than that, like first layer people see.
Right.
It goes
definitely,
deeper.
it's not just, okay, I got to like layer beauty on, I want to make this place beautiful by painting it yellow. It's so much deeper than that. Yeah. It's so much deeper than that. And it really, like I see, you really have to cultivate this relationship to build the trust and to build the understanding between you and your clients in order to really help them. It's not like a one and done thing.
No.
Oh, okay, you'll be better with a black coffee with cream in it. It's not that. It's like really get down deep.
You can tell when things are done with and without love. And my clients come back to me because they see how I work.
Absolutely.
I pour with love.
Yeah.
And I pour because love has been poured onto me. And if I don't get that from someone, I go look for it.
Right.
Or work on it myself and
Right.
look for it with God or wherever it may be.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's great. I love that. So if people want to get a hold of you, I mean, you're everywhere. You're at Macy's. You've got your own boutique.
Yes.
But where should they go to do that?
So for social media, mainly on Instagram. So at Miss Sevillano, the stylist.
cool.
I also have Roma Style Boutique has a separate profile at Roma Style Boutique. Mainly there, social media wise. TikTok I have, but it's too much to do.
I know it's a lot. It's a lot.
So I really just kind of hone in Instagram. And then we also have RomaStyleBoutique.com, our website. And we also have our email if you want to reach us and contact, myself. And if you want to speak all things style and how we can make you feel so much better and how you're supposed to feel on this earth.
Right. Well, we'll put all that contact information below.
Perfect.
So you have access to it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Check out our next podcast over here, over there, somewhere over here. I'm not sure if it's up there. We'll put it up here
Somewhere.
for the next podcast. But it was such a pleasure.
Thank you for having
speaking.
me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Such nice to have conversations with
It's amazing how so many things align in our business.
Agreed. And I think, our services are not meant to just service a bracket of people.
No.
It's to service everyone
Absolutely.
who needs
Yeah.
that type of love.
Yeah.
So
So thanks so much for joining us.
you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.